Okay, everyone, brace yourself. We have a third Bitcoin coming up shortly, maybe, who knows. Block 494784 Segwit2x developer set date for Bitcoin hard fork. It looks like it all's gonna happen. The big conundrum will be November 2017, approximately 90 days after the activation of segregate witness in the Bitcoin blockchain. A block between 1 MB and 2 MB in size will be generated by the Bitcoin miners in a move to increase the network capacity. Oh, there you have it, another move. At this point, it's expected that more than 90% of the compilation capacity that secures the Bitcoin network will carry on mining on top of this large block. So there you have it, guys. New things, new developments, new blockchains, third Bitcoin, who knows? We're gonna have to wait and see, but it looks like very big possibility. If enacted, Segwit2x could enable a second hard fork of this Bitcoin network in 2070, one that could also result in the creation of yet another version of the Bitcoin blockchain with its own unique cryptocurrency. Is it really going to be unique when you consider the fact they all kind of born from the Bitcoin, and they all will be using the same blockchain to begin with, and then they may drift apart and do their own things? But isn't it becoming a bit ridiculous at this point? It feels like what Bitcoin used to stand for, what we were believing into, it's kind of losing its path, losing its value. I mean, now originally we thought we're only gonna have 21 million Bitcoins. Save them, keep them. They're gonna be worth a lot of money. They're never gonna be more than 21 million coins. Well, bam! First hard fork, Bitcoin Cash. Thank you very much. 21 more million Bitcoins coming along. Now possible second hard fork. And if this was to happen, another 21 million. So suddenly we have 63 million Bitcoins. And yes, they're all going to be called different. One Bitcoin, the other one Bitcoin Cash. The third one could be called, I don't know, Bitcoin Pound, whatever you want to call it, Cash, Segwit. But they're all going to start with the name Bitcoin. And this really, I think, is going to be creating problems, guys. And it probably will decrease the value of Bitcoin. Once you have all these Bitcoins floating around with different names, people may start realizing it's just a big scam. I have no idea what really we can call it anymore. The people who really decide these things seems like they can do whatever they want, whenever they want. They decided, you know what, we're not happy with whatever you're doing, certain part of the community, we're doing our own thing. We're creating Bitcoin Cash. Now some other people are saying, well, if you can create a Bitcoin Cash, then we're creating our own coin. Possibly again, guys, we don't know exactly if it's going to happen or not, but it looks like it may. So another part of the community are saying, well, you have Bitcoin, you have Bitcoin Cash, now we want to have our own Bitcoin. But if they create their own Bitcoin, I'm assuming in 2018 we're going to see more hard forks, because other people say, well, if you can create your Bitcoins, then we're going to create our Bitcoins, and then it becomes one big mess, one big pot of nothing really. And it is disappointing from what really Bitcoin was standing for until very recently. I know we have problems with the transaction, the blockchain, and all this had to be resolved in some way, but is that really the right way? And is that really benefiting people like us, or is it more than benefiting the people with obviously with a lot of money, with a lot of Bitcoins, the ones that they got millions and millions of Bitcoin Cash for free? They obviously sold at the higher price. We then saw Bitcoin Cash losing its value. Now suddenly, is it the reason because of the announcement of possible third Bitcoin, or is it the fact that this is the game that they can now play by having two Bitcoins, obviously jumping from one Bitcoin to the other? When one is doing well, they obviously sell, pushing the price down, then buying obviously the other one, pushing the price up and going back and forward. And now they could create a third one, another 21 million, and just do whatever they pretty much want. And people like us, normal people who are trying to make a buck, being left out, because we pretty much have no saying. Does anyone ask you or me or anybody else in the small, the ones that are holding a very tiny bit, do we have saying? No, we don't. We just have to play, whatever they say. They say dance, and we say on which Bitcoin we should dance. That's how it feels to me, guys. Let me know what do you think. Feel free to share down below with the comments. But to me personally, that is a disappointing. Okay, Bitcoin Cash came along. Yes, I was happy. I got 4 Bitcoins for free. Fine. Bitcoin Cash for free, fine, that's okay. I'm thinking of actually selling them, but that's the funny thing. The I've sent them out, and now it's been a few hours, and they're still not confirmed. So there you have it. By the time maybe it's confirmed, the price will go back to 300. So again, I'm not going to be able to profit out of it. I see how things go. But I think this now it's becoming a bit ridiculous. Third Bitcoin, is it really? And is that the end, or is that just the beginning of creating more and more Bitcoins? We're gonna have to wait and see, guys. As I said, it's not in our hands. We have no saying. There's certain people out there who has obviously, the power to create whatever they want with Bitcoin, to make whatever they want. They can possibly create another 2 Bitcoins next year and another 2, and just obviously feel their greed. Is becoming a bit of a greed rather than, oh, we need to look after the blockchain, we need to make things faster, we need to make things. I don't think so. Okay, guys, we're gonna have to wait and see what happens. Obviously, again, even if it's created, it all depends of the backing up. If it doesn't receive any backing, it won't last. But it looks like, as you can see, Bitcoin Cash, a lot of people say it's gonna die in the first week. Well, there you have it, guys. Look at the price, over $500. In fact, while I was sleeping, it has gone up to almost 600. Now it's dropping in price. So as I said, by the time it reaches to me trying to sell, because obviously I've transferred into the Kraken, I use Kraken, but the confirmation is it's not happening for whatever reason. So I just think this is giving opportunities for these people to really manipulate the prices and jump from one Bitcoin to another and do whatever they want, guys. That's all I have to share with you. Let me know again what you think and how you're seeing it. Do you think it's going to happen? Do you think it's not going to happen? Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? What's your thought in regards to it? My personal thoughts is becoming a bit fishy. It's becoming a bit ridiculous. Seeing all these Bitcoins, and yeah, can you see one is pointing to the left, the other one is pointing to the right. Probably the third Bitcoin will be upside down. You never know. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoy the channel, feel free to subscribe and share, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye for now.